Hi there. Try to set up my camera here. I'm just sharing my crochet that I'm doing right now. Just sitting here. I thought I'm going to be working, so I might as well. I think I'm going to sneeze actually. Oh no. And I might as well just go live and see if any of my friends are around. So introduce yourself so we know who's here. I'm Pam. This is Caraway Crochet. And I've been working on tutorials, and today I sort of got set up for this blanket. This is a baby blanket that I'm working on. So I set up my little swatch, got that filmed. So now I just have to finish it and put the trim around and film how we're going to do the border, if I'm going to do a border. So say hi, and then I can chat with you. Nice to have you here. This is a 2-row repeat, and 2 rows of half double crochet and 2 rows of V-stitch. So this is kind of where we're at right now. And I'm on to my second skein of yarn. Thank you. Now I'm going to figure out what I'm doing here. Starting on the V-stitch row. I keep meaning to do my lives and let people know that I'm doing them, but I always seem to just do them spontaneously. Sorry, just moving my feet. There, that's better. Getting it more comfy. I've got a bunch of yarn on the bed behind me. I need to sort out my room. I'm actually working on a video to show how I'm, sorting out my yarn room. My yarn room is absolutely overflowing with yarn right now because I went to a couple of big Michael sales in the last few months. And I really need to get it sorted out. My daughter's moved in with me, so I have more stuff around than I used to have in this room. But we can work it out. Do you crochet? Are you crocheters or knitters? I've got so many projects on the go right now. I'm just trying to catch up. It's around dinner time here. I thought if I come on for an hour, we can have a chat and I can get to visit some people. Life got very interesting as my car, I think, has just decided to die on me. So now I'm going to have to figure out how to get another car. I've given up on this one. So sad because it's a really cute little Volkswagen Beetle. It's bright red and I just love it so much. I've had it since 2009. but the electrical stuff has gone on it, and I spent a lot of money on it last year. I'm not spending any more money. It's just not starting at all. And we tried my daughter and I went and, tried to boost the battery and, I don't know. So I'm not just made a decision. I'm gonna get another car. Darn it. I love my little car. Hi there. Nice to have you. Say hi if you're comfortable in the comments. This isn't my normal time for going live, so a lot of the people I normally get to chat with are probably not even around right now. I usually do it more at lunchtime. But at lunchtime, we're trying to get my car going. I live on a little island, so it's not like we even can get the mechanic out, especially for Volkswagens. Yeah, so I don't know. I might call him tomorrow. Although it's Saturday, he's probably not working. That's a point. I should phone him up maybe and just try and set up a meeting for Monday. Even if I could get it to go enough to go over to the mainland and be able to buy a car. Oh, okay. Thank you. I hope it's not me. I have a new high-speed internet now, so it shouldn't be doing that, so I hope it's not me. Last time I did it live, it worked well. If anybody else who's watching this can let me know whether or not it's buffering for them or if it's just, Angel. So sorry, Angel. Thank you, very kind. It's gonna be saved in the live playlist, so if you want to find it, if it's not on the main page, it'll be in the lives playlist. That way it's not kinda sticking out on the main page with all my tutorials. But if anybody else can tell me if they're having any trouble viewing the live, that would be great. Because now I've got my new computer and my new high-speed internet came to the island at last. We actually got super fast internet, so I can upload my videos in, like, a hundredth of the time that they used to upload. Um, so hopefully it's okay. Okay. Yeah, my internet, you know what, I used to have pixelated and all kinds of stuff because I had an old computer and very slow internet. It used to take me 6 hours to upload a video, and now it takes me, like, 10 minutes because we luckily got this fiber optic cable or something. They fed it underwater from the next island, and they piggybacked on the old internet that we had. I don't know how they work it out. But anyway, we have now got really, really super fast uploading, uh, and downloading and everything. So, yeah, super fast. Believe me, our island, we for years could not get anything faster than a 5. So, it was not really the greatest thing. I used to just put my YouTube videos on to upload overnight because it took so long to do it. Oh, no buffering for you. Thank you, Niffy. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with me and baby blankets lately. I did when I bought this yarn, I thought I was going to actually use it for, a wrap, but the colors just didn't seem right for the wrap, so I decided instead to make a baby blanket, but I seem to have been making nothing but baby blankets and blankets lately. Um, Not that there's anything wrong with that, they're beautiful and fun. My nephew in England had twins, so that's why I made 2. I made the Alfie and the floor blanket, which was for the twins. I just uploaded the Florence blanket actually to my blog. I have not got a video for that, and the Alfie blanket's been up quite a while on carawaycrochet.com. Um, but this is a 5 weight. It's a latte cake from Karen, and it's just beautiful. And it's super soft, although people have said I did get it after I started it. I had a message from one person who said it's not using these with the little fibers is not necessarily recommended for babies in case they're sucking on them. So I don't really know if that's a thing or not. Oh, good. Thanks, Nancy. Thank you. No, I hadn't made a baby blanket for ages, and then my one nephew had a little girl, and I made a waffle stitch blanket. Of course, I didn't write a pattern for it. I just made it. I did take some photographs, and I am planning to make a pattern for it. Um, but that means I'll have to make another one just to make sure it's right. And then I made my niece had a little girl called Zoe, and so I made a blanket. I think I actually call that Sarah's blanket because I did do a Zoe beanie. And so I've got Rose's blanket, which is the waffle stitch. And then Sarah's blanket, Sarah's the mom, and that was using the blanket stitch. And then Kevin had twins, so I made Alfie's blanket, which is just double crochet, but I think it's the first one that was actually made with lightweight yarn. And then I did Florence's, which used a V-stitch. And this one uses the half double crochet and the V-stitch, and I made some fun ones just for myself out of a beautiful like chenille soft yarn that you kind of use to make amigurumi and things. And that's such a pretty blanket. It's called the Oh So Soft blanket. It's stripes of pink and yellow and blue and white. And it's made with a V-stitch, but it's super bulky. And oh, and I made a sideways granny stripes blanket. That turned out cool. So that's pink and white stripes. So I've made quite a few actually. To say garments are really my thing. Uh, I'm actually not in the States. I'm in Canada. I'm in British Columbia. Oh, for tea cozies. Yes, actually, I have a couple. I don't know if I have two tea cozy videos up or just the one. If I have only got the one, I should actually do I think the Cozy Chic one's been a video, but I can't really remember. I'm in British Columbia, and I'm on a little island off the west coast between the mainland where Vancouver is and Vancouver Island, which is a big island off of the coast of British Columbia, where our capital is. The capital is actually Victoria, and Victoria is on Vancouver Island, and the city of Vancouver is actually on the mainland, which is weird. And then in between, there's all these little what they call Gulf Islands, and there's Southern Gulf Islands and Northern Gulf Islands, and I'm in the Southern Gulf Islands. Yes, the Rustic Tea Cozy has had a lot of people watch that one, that Rustic Tea Cozy. And I've had some beautiful pictures sent to me of people that have used that pattern and made it. It's kind of a shame, like on Facebook, you can have a group, Caraway Crochet group, and people can share their pictures there of all the projects that they've made, right? But there's nowhere on YouTube where people can share pictures of what they make from the tutorials, and it would be really nice to be able to see what everybody's made with all the tutorials that they followed. I know loads of people have made like the fisherman hat. They've made like 5 or 6 of them, some people. Oh, it's a very pretty area, yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you, Christy. Usually we have, often we have the same little gang of people that come on. But as I said, normally I'm more around lunchtime. Whereabouts are you just before you go? Where are you, Christy? Are you in the States? Are you in the West or the middle? There's some people that are in Tennessee that are often here and Virginia. I know some of them are going to be mad at me because I did this without letting them know, but I'm just spontaneous. You know what I have to do though? I have to watch that I don't just get methodically making these and forget that I'm only doing 2 rows of each stitch. That would be typical, wouldn't it? Oh, Northern California, pretty rural. Oh, I lived in England for years. My parents were from England. They came out to Canada after the war. I was born out here. Then we went back to England and my brother was born. And then they came back here and my 2 sisters were born. And then we finally moved back to England when I was 17 and I went to college over there and taught over there and got married over there and had 2 kids and then came back to Canada. Back and forth, back and forth. We drove down through Northern California as a family quite a long time ago now. So let's just make sure I'm skipping a stitch here. So I was first of all in Yorkshire because that's where my mom was from, and my dad was from up north. He was from Sunderland. But I went to college in Scarborough in Yorkshire and then moved to Norfolk to teach. So that's quite a different uh, place to be down in Norfolk. Yeah. Oh, that's great, hack dog. Is it hack dog? Haste dog? Oh, wow. Snow. We have not had any snow this year. This is really weird because often we can have this much snow. We are on the West Coast, so we don't get like the interior of BC gets minus 40, but we're down to minus 10 or 11. We have not even had frost on our windscreens this year. It's been so mild. Oh, the University of Exeter. Okay, now my daughter, she did a remote master's to Falmouth University. That's down, I think might be Devon. I don't know if it's near Exeter. She did hers remotely, but she went over to get her degree. And my brother, who lives in England, he went there with her when she got her master's. And Dawn French was the one who presented it to them, from the Vicar of Dibley. So that was really fun. Hat dog. Okay, thank you. I'll pronounce it correctly. So what do you like to crochet, hat dog? And whoever made my hats, somebody said which hat is it that you're making? Is it the slouchy beanie or the fisherman hat? the Salish Sea short beanie, or my freedom beanie even is on here, my chunky beanie. Oh, Falmouth is in Cornwall. That's right. Of course it is. My friend lives in Bristol and her son went to Falmouth. Hola, Bianca. Oh, you're in the Philippines. No, no snow there. My daughter went to the Philippines. She went there with her work to train some people. Oh, plushies are quite fun. I just started, I don't do patterns for plushies, but I started making them because I work, I do sell things at the market. Actually, I can show you some of my plushies. I think if I can get it without destroying my room here. Look at this. I made this cat. They're called loaf cats. They have little feet and a little tail. And I like this one. It's got like, yeah, it's pretty cute. And I've made like a lot of chickens. Oh, here's another cat with the little feet. These are loaf cats, and I learned to make my first one of these off of a YouTube video here. I just searched for loaf cats. And then I don't know if you've seen these chickens. They're the Mabel chickens. I did actually purchase patterns for both of these because I like to support designers. There is no video for this. I bought the pattern for the Mabel chicken. This is another Mabel chicken. So funny when you're doing this because it's like when you're cutting your hair, you can never find the right side because I think I'm moving it in the right direction, but I'm not. Anyway, they have nice little black eyes and little beaks. Little chicks. Do I have any more in here? This is my market bag that I have up here waiting for the markets. I do sell things locally at the local farmers market, but I don't sell online. Let me see if I missed some messages here. There's a group in Ravelry. Oh, cool. I'm in Ravelry. I've never seen a group. Excited to look at their hats and beanies. That's what I crochet the most. No. Hi, Mary Beth. I didn't know if any of my regulars would find me today because I kind of came on all of a sudden. I don't think in this bag box, I don't think I have any hats. I just have, oh, I have another chicken. This is a blanket yarn chicken. And I have gloves in here, and I thought I saw a baby hat. Yeah, I've got some, oh, here, I've got a fisherman beanie. I do have some hats. And I have some baby hats. Oh, and I have a mini cat. So this is a little mini kitty. And it's got the little feet too at the bottom. So I do these crochet hats. This is a pattern of mine. It comes in 3 different sizes. It's on my blog. It's called the Chunky Double Pom-Pom Beanie. And I do knit hats too for the market. I don't have patterns for those. I've bought the pattern for this one. So I do the little knit beanies for the kids. And then this is a fisherman beanie that I have. It's called the Salish Sea short beanie. And this is the one that I do have a tutorial on here for. And they're kind of cool because they're short. They're meant to be short and over your ears, right? But you can also cheat and pull it down, and it makes just a regular kind of beanie to go over your ears if you want. So that's the Salish Sea Short beanie that I do have a tutorial here and a free pattern on my blog, but I don't have any of the other beanies. Yeah, I've just got lots of fingerless gloves and um my sheets that I put on the table for my market stall. Oh, you made the cat hat one. That's nice. And I did a stripy one too. I think I put a video tutorial up for the stripy one, for the striped hat. I was just looking at that the other day actually. Don't know where I put it. I have to sort out my craft room. That's going to be a new video, I think, a whole video. I did befores and I'm going to do afters because it's crazy. But it's nice to chat to you guys. Thank you. Oh, it's Pam. Yeah, Pam. Okay, so we're doing this now. I'm doing a V-stitch. I usually mention my name in my videos at the beginning of the videos, if I remember. I'm happy I'm getting back into it because I kind of fell off the wagon of YouTube. Last year I got COVID in the summer and it knocked me for six with the fatigue and everything. And I just never got back into it. I did a few videos sort of sharing what's on some of my roundups. There is a great Valentine's Day video showing a lot of Valentine's Day patterns if you check out my list of patterns. I'm working on a blanket, a baby blanket. I did a YouTube a reel and a short on here sharing the beautiful yarn that I got. It's a cake, a latte cake, and I'm doing just 2 rows of double crochet, half double crochet, and 2 rows of V-stitch. It's very easy, Mary Beth. So I did just do today, if you missed it earlier, I shot a video showing a little swatch of how this pattern works for the blanket before I ran out of yarn. I did that. So I've done that. And then I want to just finish it off now so I can share the blanket, take some photographs, but also I think I might do I don't think I need a border so much as I just need finishing down the side just to sort of bring it all together down the side. So I will share that in the video before I post it. And then I'll have another tutorial that I can post. Yeah, you saw that video. It actually had a lot of views here. It's very random. Sometimes you get a lot of views, sometimes you don't. It's no rhyme or reason really. Uh, so yeah, it's exciting. I uploaded a new video tutorial for a skinny scarf yesterday. And I did one for the moss stitch mug rug. So I'll be uploading that next week. And then I'll have this one coming. So I'm trying to, and I think I'm going to actually do one for this cowl. I just shared a short about this cowl being the herringbone stitch. So that might be the next one that I do a video tutorial for. Is anybody crocheting? Who's busy crocheting? Crochet along with me. Thank you. Yeah, it's a cool cowl because you can actually put it up like this, and you can wear it like a hat and a cowl, right? I just did a reel and a TikTok and a short and put it on Facebook and everything, and I left it on. It's actually amazing how warm your neck gets when you wear stuff like this. I had the little skinny scarf on yesterday that I shared the video tutorial for, the ruby skinny scarf, and I took it off and I said to my daughter, I said, "Oh, I'm putting that back on because my neck's really cold now I've taken that off." It's surprising. You're knitting a sock. Oh, I admire you so much, Nancy. Um, I knit, but I could never see me knitting a sock. I don't I did crochet a yoga sock, but it didn't actually have a real heel in it. I designed some slipper socks, but I think socks with fingering yarn take so long. I don't have the patience for that. Although it takes a long time to make some of my cardigans. Yes. Are you crocheting a baby blanket? Who is yours for? Diane. This one isn't for anybody specific this time. Although my niece is having another baby in May. Maybe this one can be for her baby. I'm the oldest of my family, and all my younger two of my sisters both have kids that are having babies right now. I think the oldest is 3, and then we've got twins that are about 6 or 7 months old, and Zoe, I think she's 2. They're all together, but they're far apart. The twins are in England, and Rose is in New York City, and Zoe is up in Kamloops. So there's cousins, but like our family, we've been miles away from family all our lives. A ski mask. Is that like a balaclava sort of thing, the hat that comes up to here and you just have the eyes open? Is that what you mean? Or you're actually doing the mask, a ski mask? I don't really know. I'll have to look up what a crochet ski mask looks like. And a triangle scarf that you're working on, Mary Beth. I have a triangle scarf that I'm supposed to have written the pattern up on. Put that on my list. Okay, thanks, Christy. Nice to meet you. Okay, so it's like a balaclava, yeah. Frog pouch. Like, is that like a little purse? Like a purse? Like a handbag, Raven? That would be cute. Yes, that sounds like a great idea, Raven. I mean, hot dog. Do they wear it over top of the plastic ski mask that they have? Or underneath, maybe? Lower it like this, and then I can see my crochet a bit. I have to keep my eye open on how much. Oh, I've got lots of yarn left. I'm actually left-handed. I don't know if it shows in this or not, or if it just makes me look right-handed on this live. Oh, that sounds really cute. I want to make some AirPod holders. I was going to make them out of granny squares. I like the idea of folding in the corners. I did that a couple of years ago and then forgot about doing it. I made some and put buttons on them and they were really cute, but I never did anything with them. There's so many things you can make with crocheting, right? Absolutely everything. It's incredible. See, now we got the yellow coming in. It's pretty, hey? Granny square bucket hat. Oh my gosh, I just had one out. Looking at it before I sat down with really beautiful spring colors because I was thinking, oh, I should probably share that in a reel because it's so spring-like. Are you using my pattern on my video tutorial or are you just making your own? I do have 2 parts video showing how to make a granny square bucket hat. Oh, you're kidding, Raven. That's so amazing. Oh, that's so amazing. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, that makes me so happy. Really happy. It's a very popular video tutorial, I tell you. Oh, awesome, Debbie. I hope it works out good for you. And if you want to make the brim big, you just do more rows, right? Some people, one person said they thought the brim was going to be bigger. It's up to personal taste, right? Hi there, Rose Garland. What a beautiful name, Rose Garland Creations. I love it. Hello. Small yarns and 2 millimeter hooks. You can do that. There's somebody on TikTok or I think it's TikTok who embroiders with embroidery fleece and makes really small granny squares and all kinds of things. And then there's a lady in Italy that I follow. She makes cute little teeny tiny things with her crochet. You're from Tasmania. Beautiful. I've never been to Tasmania. I have been to Queensland, to Brisbane, and up to Yeppoon, which is just south of Rockhampton, to see a friend I went to college with in England. She's lived there for years. But I just went into Sydney Airport. I didn't really look at around in Sydney on my way home. I went traveling. I went traveling for like 7 months all by myself when I was like 63. I never went when I finished college. I got married. So I thought I'll go traveling when I was on my own and finished it off in Australia and then Hawaii. And my daughter, 2 daughters, and my best friend came to meet me in Hawaii and we had a holiday together and then flew home on the plane together. So that was really special. I started in England and I kind of went France, Italy, uh, Greece, Athens, and then Santorini, and then, Bali, and then Australia, and then Hawaii, and then back to Vancouver. And I had, like, long time in each place. I stayed for, like, 10 or 12 2 weeks in, each of the cities rather than just 2 days here, 2 days there because it was an old ladies tour because I was 63. Uh, you're left-handed too, Raven. Right. Well, what I have to do is I film left-handed and then I have to take it into a rotate app and flip it to make it right-handed. So I'm glad you like my left-handed. Oh, so you're making a pair. That's cool. Yeah. In honor of her. Exactly. Oh, that's a cool question, Hat Dog. My first ever crochet project. Uh, it was a great travel experience. Yeah. Um, I taught myself to crochet when my kids were babies, and I had to look at diagrams because there was no um, video around then. This was like back in the 70s, late 70s, and I can't even remember what I made because I knit a very lacy baby blanket for my first baby, but I really can't remember what I knit. Oh, I know. My first project was actually it was for my dad. It was a lap blanket to keep his legs warm as he was getting older. That's why I learned to crochet. It was nothing to do with my babies. And I made him a lap blanket just using double crochet because I just learned how to do it. And I put 2 pieces of, regular worsted weight yarn together, and I still actually have his blanket. He's gone now, but I kept the blanket. He used it all the time because it was perfect size for him on his lap. Yeah. Yeah. It was easy. I just crocheted a long piece and I just kept making it till it was I crocheted the right width and then I just made it as long as it needed to be to cover his lap and down his legs. His circulation, I guess, wasn't as good as it used to be. And then when he was gone, my mom used to use it. And then now she's gone, I've got it. It's funny those things you just don't get rid of, right? You don't really use them, but, yeah, yeah, like, a shawl would be kinda nice to put round his shoulders, right? You know what I made? I think about it sometimes because it's such an old-fashioned thing. So when I had my first little girl, this was way back in the olden days, like 1976, in hospitals then, they used to recommend you take a bed jacket in, and it was kind of a lacy knit, short little jacket that you could put on just to keep your arms and shoulders warm when you were in your hospital nightgown or whatever. And, mine, I remember it was actually kinda this color, and I remember making it, and that's the only time I ever wore it was when I was in hospital with her. Bed jackets, I don't know if I think the English lady might have gone, but it might have just been an English thing, I should look it up online, see if they even exist anymore. But I think also at that time in England, central heating was just coming in, so people might have even worn them instead of, like, trying to go into bed with a dressing gown or a house coat or whatever you wanna call it on, which is long and down to your knees. This way you could sit up in bed having a cup of tea with no central heating, but you could have a bed jacket on, and so it was kinda pretty and yeah, I should look it up. So I'm back to half double crochet now. I love the colors. It's gonna be really pretty. I'm just actually gonna just use up the whole I'm probably way too long, but I think I'm seeing as I've just got this much yarn left, I'll use maybe I should measure it. I'll just keep going until the live's over. I think I'll be leaving in about 10 minutes. Go get some supper. See, I don't even hold my yarn in my opposite hand like in a traditional way because I just learned from looking at diagrams. I didn't really have any guidance as to what to do with the yarn in the other hand. It just showed me how to put it through the hole in the stitch and wrap your yarn around and all that kind of stuff. It didn't really tell you how to do any tension control. So I just actually hold it between my fingers. This is incredibly soft. Thanks, Mary Beth. Yeah, it really is. And my only worry is that people were saying that these little hairy bits are not really good for babies, but they don't seem to pull off. Like I can't, oh, one did just come off. Yeah, so I don't know. I might put a little disclaimer to use a Karen cake that's pretty colors but isn't fluffy, but that's what makes it so soft. Maybe I should have made a bed jacket with it. Maybe I should have made a shawl. I was gonna do a wrap, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the loo it just seemed too it seemed perfect for a baby blanket, so that's what we're getting. Yeah. Maybe save it for when the baby's a bit older. This is actually this other than the one that I made out of the super bulky chenille, this is the softest baby blanket I've ever made. I just finished a ripple, blanket, with Bernat blanket yarn in gold and rust and misty green and vapor gray and bone white. I'm quite excited to share that. I did do a little, YouTube short showing it laid out flat about four videos ago, I think. Oh, you've tried, yeah. I think you just it's practice makes perfect, right? I mean, literally, I hold it like this and in between my fingers, uh, just feed it through like the tension thing on the top of the sewing machine. Yeah, I can't wrap it around my fingers and do all that stuff. That's what I always say in my videos is crochet is such there's no rules to crochet, really, as long as it looks good and it's working for you, do it. All these people about which way to hold your hook and all of that. Do what works for you. There's already enough rules in the world. And it's great to see everybody share their way. It's how we all learn. Okay, so that's 2, 1. Got to do another. Oh, ripple blankets were your first project. Wow. I did a ripple blanket, baby blanket. Oh, it must be 4 or 5 years ago, and I never wrote down the pattern, right? And then I made a cushion, and I never wrote down the pattern and cushion cover. And then I did this one, and I wrote down the pattern. But before I published that, I made a red and white ripple blanket for Christmas. And that is a really fun pattern, and that is on my blog. And you can, of course, make it any color you want. It doesn't have to be red and white. But that got written up because I did a big load of Christmas patterns at the beginning of December leading up to Christmas on my blog. So now I'm writing all the ripple patterns down. I've got to go back and look at my baby blanket and see how many I used, how many stitches and all that. Try and remember what I did. And then somebody that I've met on, I think I met her on Instagram, but she follows me here on YouTube too. She says the only ripple blankets she's ever made are ones that are in the round, those circular ones, like the star. And I've never done ripple in the round, like those star blankets and stuff. There's always so much to do, right? Like I just daren't go into Tunisian crochet or mosaic crochet or any of that stuff because I haven't even done what I want to do with this stuff yet. So I've got 2 cardigans made that need to be written up and published. I've got a hoodie made that I need to write up and publish. So what do? I start another blanket. It's carawaycrochet.com. Everything on social media for me is Caraway Crochet. So I am on Instagram, Facebook, and I am on TikTok. I'm Canadian. So right now we're safe on TikTok, but I put everything on carawaycrochet.com, my blog. And then if you want to, I have a link tree it's actually on the top of my YouTube page here, my channel. There's a place you can click that says links, I think. And I do have a link tree there, and that has a lot of links to like my different social media and my Facebook page and my Facebook group. And Caraway Crochet, once you get to it, if you can't find what you're looking for, because the front page really only has so many patterns showing, and I have way more. So on the right hand side of the page, I do have like categories going down, like garments, and where all my garment patterns are, and accessories where the hats and gloves might be, or baby crochet, or roundups where all my roundups with lots of Valentine patterns or St. Patrick's Day patterns or lots of hat collection patterns are on. So you can go down the side, or if you want the happy hippie sweater, or you want the slipper socks, there's a little box on the top right hand corner, the search box, and you just type in slipper socks or hats or beanies or something, and then it'll open up where you can find those patterns, because it's really frustrating when you go to the front page, just carawaycrochet.com. There's about 15 pictures, but it hasn't got, a lot of my stuff. It doesn't show up there because I've got like a lot of patterns on there now. And they're all free on my blog. And most of them are also available on Ravelry and Etsy if you don't want to deal with all the ads. And you can just click on the links within the blog post that tell you where to buy it on Etsy or Ravelry. There's a little icon, Etsy or Ravelry. Buy the event, the pattern printable pattern on Etsy, or you can buy it on Ravelry. But if you want, right down at the bottom of the blog, there is the whole pattern. And all my sweaters have all the pictures of how you put them together and all of that. That's all on the blog. Yeah, a lot of work. Oh, it's on your to-do list, yes. And the video is on here, but how underneath the video there's like a little description, and then it has more, and you click on the more. If you do that, it takes you to where the free pattern is with all the up to 5x sizes, because in my video I'm only making one size, right? So if you want to know where you can find all the other sizes, just open up the description box and click on where the free pattern is, and that'll tell you how many you need to do for the size you want, how many you need to cast on. But the actual stripes that you make and everything are all the same as what I do on the video. It's just how many you have to start with, or how long the arm has to be, that kind of stuff. That's why cardigans and that take a long time to get published, because you got to figure them all out for the 5 size. Extra small, small, medium, large, all of the sizes up to 5x. Sometimes I'll put a couple together, especially if they're an oversized style sweater, right? There is also a Happy Hippie cardigan, but I don't have a tutorial for that. Or like a table mat that you put your plate on with your knives and forks, or like a mat that you can put hot things on in the middle of your table, or like a runner that goes all the way down the middle of your table. There's lots of different table projects. Me? I have lots of crochet fingerless glove patterns. On my blog, I've got some lacy ones, which are called the Alice fingerless gloves. I've got the short and chunky fingerless gloves, which is a tutorial that's on here. But if you go to my blog, carawaycrochet.com, and just type in short and chunky fingerless gloves in the search box, it'll show you them. I've got cozy fingerless gloves, which are a bit longer in the wrist, and they've got some back loop only on the top and the bottom. I've got winter fingerless gloves, I think. Oh, actually, so like these are the short and chunky fingerless gloves. These are what I made for the market. Super fast and quick and easy to make, and they look really kind of cool like that. And then I color block some of them, so I think this might be the small size. Yeah, this is a children's size, but I like to make them out of the 3 different colors. And there's the hole for the thumb, right? And then I just saw this is the winter glove pattern, but normally it's not color blocked, but I did color block it for this one, but this is a different one. This is a lighter weight yarn, not the chunky yarn. I don't have any of the lacy Alice ones. They're really pretty. Oh, yeah, I don't. Yeah. Oh, this is the winter fingerless gloves without being color blocked. So they've got kind of a bit of a cuff on the bottom. And then, yeah, so I've got fingerless gloves. There's quite a few different styles. Winter, oh so cozy fingerless gloves, short and chunky fingerless gloves, Alice fingerless gloves. And I just made a granny stripe one. And I just was looking at it today. It was in a bag here. Is it here? I don't think so. Maybe. Yes. Ta-da! This one is in a work in progress. I made one of them. And I made stripy fingerless gloves that are like this, that have got the little thumb hole. So I've got striped ones that go with my striped cat hat. And then this is my latest fingerless glove pattern that I have to write up. I've only made the one. Do you like those? Oh, bye. Yes, hot dog. They're good for using when you use your computer. So yeah, that's another one that I have to finish. Thank you. Yeah. Too many ideas, right? Very colorful for children. Yes, I should make a kid size for sure. Oh, I'm getting close. I think I'm going to actually make this my last row. This is a half double crochet row, second one that I've done. So I'm going to make this my last row, and then I'm going to finish my live and go get some supper, and then measure this to make sure it's the right size, and then maybe I'm ready for tomorrow. No, I don't. I've just made the slipper socks with a super bulky yarn. I just was talking to somebody earlier. I I would like to actually try crocheting a pair of socks. Knitting socks out of fingerling yarn is never going to happen in my world. I just don't have the patience for that. My sister in England makes amazing socks. Like she spins her own yarn, she dyes her own yarn, and then she knits the most amazing things, and she weaves incredible weaving with the yarn that she spins and dyes. She's in a weaving guild. Much more patience than I have. Well, I love knitting. As I say, I'll knit these hats. I don't design with knitting though, but I do love knitting hats. I've got lots of different kinds of hats I could show you, but they're not in this tote here that I knit for with pine trees on them for Christmas, for winter hats, and all kinds of stuff like that. The buffalo plaid, that are made with like the cranberry and black squares. I've crocheted them and knit them. I like the knit ones better. Uh, and I've knit a lot of double pom-pom hats for adults, and also striped hats. The favorite patterns are for the market that people love are the Roku beanie, which is by, I think she's called Smeeny Beanie, and another one that I make. Oh, it's called the Sunset Hat. It's like Fair Isle, and it's done by Woolly Bear. Knits. So I bought my patterns from them. And I did design my own Fair Isle hat for knitting, but I just don't feel there's a place for it on my blog because it's all crochet other than that one hat. So I don't know what. I'll just keep it to myself. All right, there's the yellow. Very pretty. And my last stitch. Okay, I'm going to leave that. That's my blanket up to this point. And hopefully I have enough yarn to go down the sides, make it look pretty. No, because I don't do knitting on my YouTube channel, but I can recommend people. Like I said, that the no beanie. I wish I had my hats here, but I don't. I think they're out in my car. It's just knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one in this Lion Brand super bulky yarn. This, Woolly's Thick and Quick. And you use that, and I think it's a big hook. All of my stuff is over on the table, so I can't show you. But I use the needles that are joined together with a wire or plastic, and it's really fat needles, like 15. I think one's 13 or 15 and the other's 10. These ones are on the smaller one, and you cast on. And just do knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one. And usually the no beanies, I change color, like they're like color blocked, one color at the bottom, one color at the top. And they are by, I think she's called Shireen, and it's Shmeeny Beanie, and she's on Instagram. And I don't know if she's here on if she has a YouTube channel, but literally it's knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one, all the way up till you get to the length you want, and then you do a decrease at the top. I don't like to do video tutorials of other people's patterns because I like people to get the credit for their own patterns. But it's called a Noku beanie, Noku. So if you search Noku beanie, you'll find it. Now, my gloves aren't in 3 to 5-year-old children's sizes. I have a children's cat hat pattern, though. It's in a child's size, the cat hat pattern. And maybe I'll just do some children's gloves. It's tricky because I never know how big to make them because every child's hands are so different. I do have that one child size that I just showed you. With the 3 colors, but that's more like for a 6 to 8-year-old. You wouldn't want to use super bulky yarn, I don't think, for the 3 to 5s. I'll try and see. I'm so busy right now, I can't really promise anything. I've also got a pair of velvet bottoms I'm supposed to be writing a pattern up for too. So I'm sure if you look on YouTube, you'll find some children's gloves. Thank you, Debbie. No, I didn't make my sweater. This is a thrift store sweater. I like it because it changes colors. It's dark at the top and then lighter at the bottom. And I've had it for a while. But I do have 2 sweater tutorials here. I have the Happy Hippie sweater and I have the Super Simple sweater, which are both full tutorials on how to make the sweaters. And they're both my best-selling patterns from my Etsy shop. Yeah. So, thank you very much. I'm going to say goodbye now, and thank you so much for joining me, and it's been great to meet some new people. And hopefully I'll see you again, Hot Dog and Rose Garland and Great Lakes Gal, Raven and Debbie. So, and Nancy, thank you so much. Thank you and have a good evening and take care of yourselves. Happy crocheting. Bye bye.